Hey guys, it's Elise and welcome back to My Cupcake Addiction. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make 5 different ice cream sandwiches that are made out of non-traditional things. To make your 5 ice cream sandwiches, I've got some Pop-Tarts. I've also got some Peppermint Patties, so these are like little chocolate discs with soft peppermint inside. Some large pretzels, but you can also use small pretzels. I've got a couple of Rice Krispie Treats, and I've got some Kinder Bueno, because yum. I chose these ingredients because when you're making an ice cream sandwich, you want something that's soft enough that you can actually bite through and it doesn't squash all of the ice cream out of shape. So I've deemed all of these things, they've got a good consistency to be able to get through without making a complete mess. I've also got a little bit of melted dark chocolate. You'll need a couple of cutters, so I've got a circle and a square. The square is going to be about the same size as the Bueno ice cream sandwich I want to make, and the circles a tiny bit smaller than my peppermint patties and also my pretzels. You got a knife and a spoon. You're also going to need ice cream. I've got a peppermint ice cream, a caramel ice cream, and a plain vanilla ice cream. And I will note, when you're using bigger things like this, square tubs of ice cream are a lot easier to use than the smaller round ones. Let's get started. I love the taste of pretzels with ice cream, but I also don't want the ice cream kind of going all the way through these little holes, so I'm going to seal them up with a bit of chocolate. So take a little bit of your melted dark chocolate and just spoon it into each of the little cavities, filling them, but don't overfill them. Not too thick here because, again, we need to be able to get through these when our ice cream's in place. Beautiful. Those ones can set. Now for my Buenos, for some reason, every time I open a Bueno, it seems to be broken in half. So I thought, rather than getting you guys to try and find that elusive packet that hasn't broken in half, you're going to take a pair of scissors and just shave off the sides so they're pretty neat. And then you're going to take 2 halves and we're going to join them together with a little bit of the melted dark chocolate. Again, I chose Buenos because they're really, really nice and light and crispy inside, and they've got that lovely filling. So when we go to bite into them, they're going to kind of bite through, not squish everything out of place. You should get ice cream, wafer, chocolate, and delicious hazelnut filling in every bite. It's going to be amazing. All right, for your Rice Krispie Treats, I'm using 2. These are cereal treats. We get them here in Australia. They're called LCMs. I'm going to slice them lengthways in half. So I've got 2 kind of flat bits. And then I'm going to take 2 of those flat bits and we're going to join them together like this with a bit of dark chocolate. And onto the parchment to set. That's basically it for preparation. If you're going to do the Pop-Tart ones, you need to toast the Pop-Tarts so they're cooked and then let them cool down so they don't melt the ice cream straight away. So first up are our peppermint patties. You want to take 2 peppermint patties and we are going to take our circle cutter, again, just slightly smaller than the size of your peppermint patty. And then I'm going to flip one over. I'm going to push down into my fresh ice cream, and you can make these as thick or as thin as you like. And as a tip, if you want to make several of these, each time try to level the ice cream off so that it's kind of all back in the center. It just makes it easier to core them out. Or if you want to make a ton, you can just slice the entire tub. All right, it comes out, if it's not perfectly neat, you just want to slice off the back. So you've got kind of a flat side to your round. And then place it onto the peppermint patty. And on goes our lid. First ice cream sandwich is ready to go. The next 2, I'm going to make both of them with salted caramel ice cream. And this one actually has little chunks of hazelnut, so it's perfect for my Kinder Bueno. Your little pieces should be set. We're going to take this square cookie cutter. And again, that square cookie cutter, it's actually just, because it's a rectangle shape, just a little bit bigger. So in goes my square cookie cutter in the very top. And then under goes my knife just to help lever it out. Smooth off the back. And into my Bueno. Time will tell, but I do feel like that one's going to be my favorite. Now, as I mentioned, because you're going to have like a bit of a divot or a gouge out in your ice cream, just smooth it back off. Just going to push it down with my knife because we also need to cut a circle out of this for our pretzels. All right, so my circle cutter goes in, under goes the knife, flatten it off. Now, I decided to make the flat side of my pretzel the outside of my sandwich because I've kind of got like a little bit of an indent, and that's going to be a little spot that'll start to catch some of the drips from the ice cream as it melts, giving me a little more time to eat it. On goes my little disc of salted caramel ice cream. And press it down. All right, these guys are already looking pretty intense. Next, a Pop-Tart ice cream sandwich. Now, I've got my Pop-Tarts toasted but cool. So they've been cooked, but they're not hot anymore. And I'm gonna cut around with a sharp knife in about the same shape as my Pop-Tart. If you're making loads of these, you can freeze trays of ice cream. Of course, you can home make your own ice cream. I'm gonna dig that out. We've cut all the way around it, so just dig it up with the knife. And then onto the Pop-Tart. On goes the other piece of my Pop-Tart. And that is your Pop-Tart ice cream sandwich. Finally, it's the Rice Krispie Treats. Now make sure that your dark chocolate's still melted because we're actually gonna drizzle this in a bit of chocolate. So I'm gonna make it on the parchment. For this guy, I'm actually gonna lay the Rice Krispie Treat right on top, cut around the outside edge just like we did with the others. And this is gonna be a little bit harder to level off than the ones that we cut out of the cookie cutter. So I'm gonna kind of like pick it up and then I'm gonna coax the ice cream into the shape of my Rice Krispie Treat sandwich. Smooth out those edges, and then on goes our lid. Before that one is ready to serve, it needs a good drizzle of that melted dark chocolate to make them utterly delicious, and they kind of look a little prettier, I think. So that's it. These are my 5 recommendations, and of course I'm talking about my favorites here. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's fun and easy tutorial. If you can think of any other things that I should have ice cream sandwiched, let me know down below. If we can get enough, I'll do another next 5 things you should ice cream sandwich video. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do for 2 new videos every week. And as always, guys, thanks very much for watching.